Lovely, and let's get started. So, thank you for joining me this evening. I'm really excited to be welcoming you all here to tell you about the incredible opportunity of climbing at Kilimanjaro with us. So, you can take on this experience in 2024, and we've already been blown away by the interest in the challenge this year. And if, like me, you're kind of looking for your next adventure, then this is the opportunity for you. So, some quick introductions. For those of you who haven't spoken to already, I'm Harriet. I'm the communications and engagement lead here at Dig Deep, and I'm going to be taking you through the challenge this evening. So I first got involved with Dig Deep myself years ago now. Time's flying by, but I took on Kilimanjaro and then climbed Mount Kenya and raised about £5,500 in the process. And then I went on to complete some office and remote placements with Dig Deep, and I now work full time in recruitment and fundraising support of all of our amazing challenge fundraisers, just like you. So, as you may be aware, we are a charity first and foremost. So, we organise these incredible challenges all in house so we can maximise the funds raised to achieve our charitable objectives. So, Dig Deep, the charity, was formed back in 2007. We were actually formed by student volunteers then. And then in 2011, we launched our not for profit trading arm, Dig Deep Challenges. So, we throughout the years have had numerous awards for our work, most recently Charity of the Year, and have been shortlisted since then as well in our efforts for supporting the next generation of fundraisers and fundraisers up and down the UK in companies as well. So, as part of this challenge, you will have a minimum fundraising target of £2,950, and that's so we can achieve a minimum of a 50-50 ratio between a charitable donation to Dig Deep and your in-country trip costs. So this money can be fully fundraised or part self-funded, and anything that you raise above that 2,950 goes straight to the charity and increases your impact in Kenya. So to start with, I want to tell you a little bit about what you'll be making possible in Bomet County by taking on this challenge. So at Dig Deep, we believe everyone has a fundamental right to clean water, safe toilets, and good hygiene. So we are slightly different in the way that we work. We focus on one area, solving one big problem. And we know it's the local people who overcome the water and sanitation crisis, and it's our job to help them dramatically speed that up. So we do act in the short term whilst planning for the long term. So we work in Bomet County in Kenya, which is home to 1 million people and is one of the most underserved and least resourced areas of Kenya. So in Bomet County, currently 2 out of 3 people don't have access to clean water, and 54% of people don't have access to a safe toilet. Children also don't have access to basic hygiene education throughout their school years either. So we are working directly with communities to provide clean water, safe toilets, and good hygiene to those who need it most in Bomet County. And at the same time, we know in the long run it will take collaboration amongst many stakeholders, including the government, businesses, and local communities, to overcome the water and sanitation crisis in a sustainable way. So we are also investing in planning, monitoring, and training in Bomet County to bring about transformational change. So an example of this to rapidly scale up the work, Dig Deep and the county government of Bomet have recently signed our Memorandum of Understanding, which commits both ourselves and the county government to co-funding and jointly delivering this work. So it is our mission to collaborate with the Kenyan government, local businesses and communities to transform access to vital services for 1 million people in Bomet County, and you will be helping that by taking on this challenge. So it costs just £50 to provide 1,000 litres of clean water storage at a school in Kenya. So you really can imagine the impact that you could have by fundraising and taking on this incredible challenge yourselves. So that is a very whistle-stop tour of what we do here at Dig Deep. But if you do want to find out more, you can just head over to our website, which is just www.digdeep.org.uk. So now you have seen kind of what your fundraising will make possible in Kenya, you can have a look at the experience you'll be taking on yourselves. So firstly, to secure your place on this challenge, you do need to pay a registration fee, but that's split into 2 manageable instalments. So when you do sign up, you pay £145, and then there is a remaining balance of £250, which is due by the 31st of January. However, that remaining balance can be reduced. So just by attending this session, you are entitled to receive that £100 discount code, which is valid for 48 hours from this evening. And then once you have signed up, you'll have the opportunity to refer a friend to join you on the challenge and receive a further £50 off yours and their registration balance. So if you use the discount in the next 48 hours and then refer further friends to the challenge, you will remove your remaining balance. For those of you who joined the call a little bit later, the link to the form that you need to fill out is in the chat, but I will share it again later as well on the call. So unlike other profit-making challenge providers, we are a charity running these trips in-house. So all the money you raise is either a charitable donation to Dig Deep that you've just heard about, or is directly covering your in-country trip costs on the ground in Tanzania. So this makes our fundraising target one of the most achievable of any comparable Kilimanjaro challenge on the market at the moment. So the in-country trip costs include all of your climb costs listed on the screen, and also your in-country travel, including airport pickup options and transport to and from the mountain gates, as well as full board accommodation and night either side of the climb as well. There will also be a dedicated support team to ensure your safety and comfort throughout your stay in Tanzania. So this includes your in-country ground staff, such as your accommodation hosts, drivers and mountain crew, who I'll talk about in more detail in a few slides. But also for added safety and comfort, you'll also have an experienced medic accompanying your climb group as well. And they'll be with you every step of the way to summit. So other challenge providers tend to have a doctor stationed at base camp on the mountain, but you'll have a doctor within your group from the first day, and they will climb right with you until you come back down to base camp. So there will also be a UK doctor based in Moshi who can assist with kind of any medical needs before or after your climb from your accommodation to save any trips to a private hospital or things like that. And there will also be members of the Dig Deep staff team for some friendly faces as well. So we do currently have the opportunity to lead a team on this challenge as well. We are very early in our recruitment cycle. This is the first information session for Kili 2024. So if you think you have what it takes to also lead a team of individuals to the summit of Kili, then this may be the role for you. So you can gain a year of leadership experience as an ambassador for Dig Deep. And you can do that either in your workplace, in your local community. If you're at university, you can do it there as well. So you'll be recruiting and supporting your own team of like-minded adventurers before traveling to East Africa to experience a once-in-a-lifetime adventure together. So you are rewarded for your efforts as a team leader with the opportunity for discounted travel and the chance to visit our charity projects in Kenya that have been made possible by your team's fundraising. So you can follow the QR code on the screen, or again, I can pop a link at the end of the session to where you can put your application in. So now I'm going to take you through the incredible experience you'll have whilst you're on the mountain and the reason you're all here. So all of the photos and footage used in this presentation were taken by past Dig Deep climbers, so show you exactly where you can be next summer. So your climb will start on one day between the 16th and the 23rd of August 2024, and your exact trip dates will be released after the registration deadline on the 30th of November, and all teams are formed. If there is a particular date that you would like to go within that climb window, then just let one of the team at Dig Deep know, and we can assign you to that early on. For example, if you've got to book holiday nice and early, then just let us know and we'll accommodate you as best we can. So if you weren't already aware, Kilimanjaro is known as the Roof of Africa, and it's the highest freestanding mountain in the world with a peak just under 6,000 meters above sea level. So you will be taking on the Machame route, which is a 6-day trek. So you start off in kind of luscious rainforest, which is teeming with wildlife. There's monkeys in the trees and lots of native flowers that you'll only find on Kili. So this route takes you through several ecological zones, meaning that every day on the mountain really is a completely unique experience. So after you've been in the rainforest on the first day, the elevation increases and you'll already be kind of well above the clouds just a couple of hours into day 2. And this is where the epic views really start. And the varied landscapes definitely keep you on your toes each day as well. At the end of each day, you will arrive at your campsite where your bags and your tents will be waiting for you, and a hot dinner will be being prepared for you by your amazing crew. It's really not an understatement to say the food on Kilimanjaro is great. It's incredible what the team can cook on a mountain, and you will be getting 3 freshly cooked meals a day, and the crew are kind of happy to cater for whatever dietary requirement you may have. So as you can see from this picture, the experience of these sunsets just gets more and more amazing the further up the mountain you head. So the Machame route is one of the most popular routes on the mountain, as it does give you the chance to acclimatise as you go by following the principle of climb high, sleep low. So on day 3, you'll climb up to Lava Tower in this picture. You'll stop for lunch and then descend back down to Barranco Camp. So this really helps your body to prepare for the summit in the coming days and increases your summit success rate. It also means that you'll be able to tackle Barranco Wall, which sounds scarier than it is. It's generally everyone's favorite day on the mountain, is you get to do a little bit of scrambling, which is a lot of fun. You're also rewarded with some of the most spectacular views on the mountain when you get to the top, and you really do feel like you're on top of the world, kind of standing well above the clouds, and it's a great chance for some great photo opportunities. Some go better than others, but it's at this point as well you can see the curvature of the earth. You can kind of see it there in the background of this picture. If there are kind of any budding photographers as well, thinking about taking on this challenge, there'll be plenty of opportunities to get some epic photos of the Milky Way and shooting stars each night, as you will be sleeping in tents. So the photo here on the bottom right has got to be one of my favorites. It was taken by Megan a few years ago, and it's just, I think it's stunning. So if you want to try and get a better photo than Megan, we definitely challenge you to it. So your summit night is then extra special as you do start your hike at night. So when you exit your tent, you will be absolutely freezing. So you'll be wearing every item of clothing that you brought with you, but you'll be greeted by a sky full of stars alongside the illumination of your head torches. And then you'll get to witness the stunning sunrise standing well above the clouds in the glacial zone. So the views here are utterly breathtaking, and you will want a moment to enjoy it, catch your breath, and maybe shed a tear or two. You will be feeling tired at this point. This is Paige here. She's definitely showing you how exhausting it can be getting to that point. But climbing Kilimanjaro will be, without doubt, one of the toughest things that you've ever done. The altitude can be difficult, leaving you short of breath, and you'll be simply exhausted. But every single person who's watching this video, who's on the call, can make it to the peak. You don't have to be a super keen athlete or have lots of hiking experience. You just have to have the belief that you can, and you will make it to the summit. So we do have the provision for one support crew member for every climber on summit night. So that gives you all the help that you need and the support at the most challenging stage of the climb. And that plays a huge part in our groups achieving a greater than 90% success rate of reaching the summit. And then this will be you summiting the tallest freestanding mountain in the world and experiencing incredible feelings of elation, relief, exhaustion, joy, all rolled into one. And there really is no feeling like it. And the best thing about it is you'll be celebrating with your new team of friends, and you all will egg each other on right to that sign, and you'll want to go up to the sign and just make sure it's there and it's real. So yeah, this is where you'll celebrate with all of your crew as well who got you to the summit. So I've spoken a little bit about the crew who will be supporting you on the mountain, but we know it is the incredible local ground staff that make your time on Kilimanjaro what it is. So we are very proud to have been working with our two amazing climb suppliers, African Scenic Safaris and Trek to Kili, for the last 7 years. They and us are Kilimanjaro Porters Assistance Project Partners for Responsible Travel, and are ranked in the top 10 of Kilimanjaro providers on TripAdvisor. So definitely go and check them out and some of their reviews. So unfortunately, there is a history of exploitation of mountain crews on Kilimanjaro, but we are committed to our approach that nobody will be adversely affected by us running these challenges. And that's why I said there we've been awarded the Partner for Responsible Travel status by KPAP, who are a Tanzanian NGO fighting for the fair and ethical treatment of mountain crews. So we are currently the only UK charity running Kilimanjaro challenges to receive this status, and it's something that we take very seriously. And ultimately that's reflected back in your experience. So as we know, in order for the crews to look after you safely, they first need to be looked after themselves. So there will be approximately three crew members to take care of each of you. So you can imagine the size of the team supporting you. The porters will carry your main bag and your tents, which they'll pack up and set up each night and the next day at camp as well. So the chefs will prepare delicious meals for you each day, and our guides have grown up and around Kilimanjaro and have taken thousands and thousands of climbers up the mountain. They're qualified mountain leaders with years of experience, so you're in very capable hands. So it is customary to tip crew on the mountain, and we follow the industry recommendations on tipping amounts to ensure our climbs are ethical. So that amount is $150 to $180 per climber, which I know sounds like a lot at the moment, but hopefully these videos show you just how invested all of the climb crew are in getting each and every one of you to the summit. So we have also heard from many of our fundraisers that it's an amazing way to bid farewell and thanking every one of your climb crew individually in these sort of celebrations, where you'll have a meal together and you'll do your tipping ceremony as well. So I could talk all day about how amazing the experience is as a whole, but and how we do things. But we don't want you just to kind of take our word for it. So I'm going to show you a quick video of what our 2022 climbers had to say about their challenge experience. So I'm just going to check the volume on this to start with. Okay. Let's not start that again. Okay, so hopefully that video, oh, some audio is not coming through for people. That's fine. If the audio didn't come through for you, you can head over to our TikTok channel, which is at Dig Deep Challenges, and you can see kind of all the testimonials of all the participants who took part last year. But to kind of summarize, 94% of our participants reached the summit last year, and that was out of 300 climbers, so incredible, incredible rate. 97% rated their climb crew 5 out of 5. So that's what I was saying then about how great all of the climb crew are in supporting all of our teams. 99% were happy with the organisation of their challenge, and 95 would recommend Dig Deep Challenges to a friend, which is obviously a massive compliment and something we're really, really proud of. So the amazing thing is that reaching the summit of Kilimanjaro doesn't have to be the end either. So each year our suppliers create a couple of amazing value packages for you to purchase and experience after your climb. So these are excellent quality and normally include a 2-day safari in Tarangire National Park, followed by 5 days relaxing with your team down in Zanzibar. So these photos, like I say, and videos were taken from past climbers who went on to celebrate after they had reached the summit. But just to let you know, Dig Deep does not make a profit from these trips. They are simply offered to you as an extension to make the most of your time in Tanzania. And as you can see from these photos, Zanzibar really is beautiful. The photo on the top right-hand side, that's Palumbo Reef, and that is the resort where you'll be staying. And the other photos show some types of excursions that you may wish to go on. So to kind of make this experience as amazing as possible, the resort is full board 4-star, and it's a great way to relax and take some time to yourself after your challenge. So as I mentioned, your climb and extension travel are organised by 2 amazing companies, African Scenic Safaris and Trek to Kili. This is Simbo and Isa, who are the directors of both the companies. Like I say, we've worked with them since 2015, and they really do make it a kind of a priority to ensure that you are all having an amazing time, both on the mountain and on safari and down to Zanzibar afterwards. So whatever you kind of need while you're in country, these guys will sort you out. I was very fortunate to spend 5 weeks in Tanzania alongside Simbo and Isa, and they are just the greatest, and you'll have a really lovely time being alongside them and their teams. So the prices of these packages aren't confirmed yet for 2023. Like I say, we're very early on in the recruitment phase, but we've put the 2022 sorry, the prices for 2023 aren't confirmed yet. For 2024 aren't confirmed yet. These are the prices for 2023. So these include all food, transport, accommodation. It's just your drinks aren't included when you're in Zanzibar. So if you do wish to go on one of these trips, you don't actually have to pay a deposit until May 2024. And then you pay the remaining balance off when you actually get to Tanzania. So it makes it as affordable as possible. So you've got plenty of time to save up for that. A couple of other costs to kind of be aware of. Your flights aren't included in your fundraising target, but we do work with Trailfinders to bring you flight recommendations, and they'll be released in December as well, so you can get those booked nice and early. Your travel insurance isn't included, but again, we work with Trailfinders to form a package that you can book on top of your flights. Alternatively, we can give you the information that you need for your insurance, and you can go out and find a company you want to use. Visas, you'll have to pay for, but they don't need to be applied for until about 3 months before departure, and they're £50, and you can apply for those online. And then the other things that aren't included are like your standard vaccines and travel costs, so things like some kit and stuff like that. So we do completely appreciate that at times things can change unexpectedly. I think we've learned that in the past few years, but we try to ensure there's flexibility to our challenges program. So firstly, we do offer a 14-day calling off period after you sign up. So if you change your mind within 2 weeks of signing up, you'll receive a full refund on your registration fees. And then after the 14 days, this does become non-refundable. We do also offer a comprehensive deferral policy, which puts our fundraisers at the centre, as we understand that plans can change on your end as well. So everyone who registers for the challenge will be able to defer to the following year for any reason and with no charge, as long as you request this before your final fundraising deadline. This means that for whatever reason, if 2024 doesn't work out for you, you won't be left out of pocket, and you can simply carry on and return to the climb the following year at no additional cost. So in this final section, I just kind of want to touch on fundraising. So it is natural to be a little bit apprehensive about fundraising, but trust us, it can and it should be a lot of fun. So we don't sit back and let you figure it out for yourself. We are here to support you every step of the way. So we pride ourselves on the comprehensive fundraising support that we offer to all of our fundraisers. And ultimately, the better our fundraisers supported, the more funds that are raised for our charitable objectives, and the better experience our fundraisers have. So everyone's a winner, really. So you don't need to be an experienced fundraiser to succeed in this challenge. In fact, most of our participants, for them, fundraising is new, so you won't be alone. So ultimately, it's all about utilising us and our resources, then getting out there and doing things that you enjoy for fundraising. So you will need to put some time and effort into it. With fundraising, what you put in, you definitely do get out. So you'll need to be creative and organised and make sure you make the most of your time you have ahead of the deadline. But don't worry, if you are fundraising in the workplace, at university, in the community, or you're going to do it all online, we are here to support you. So to get started, as soon as you register, we'll get you booked in for a call in order to get a plan together of how you want to approach the year, and have a general chit chat about the challenge you're taking on. And then each month we have a schedule of support, which begins with our fundraising newsletter, which includes monthly fundraising ideas, dates for your diary, and then throughout the month we use our social media channels and direct support to go through those ideas. So you will be given a point of contact here at Dig Deep who will have their calendar open to book in calls or arrange catch-ups. All you have to do is pop us a message and we'll be happy to answer any questions and come up with a plan of how you want to reach your targets. So you also have access to extensive fundraising resources and campaigns, and this includes our virtual fundraising resources website, webinar series, blog, and monthly challenges drop-ins. And then as a charity, we also offer the opportunity for you to get involved in campaigns such as Kilometres for Kenya, the Big Give, Skydives, Tough Mudder, and many, many more. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to fundraise and also get some training under your belt if you want to take on a Tough Mudder as well. So when you join the challenge, you will become part of the Dig Deep family, which is climbers past and present. Like I say, we've been doing these challenges for over 10 years now. So hundreds of climbers have come before you. So not only will you have myself and the rest of the support team, but also a fully trained team leader, your teammates, and access to over 10 years of alumni challenges where you can gain inspiration and share ideas as well. So each month we also have our installment of Confessions of a Fundraiser blog, where we welcome current team members and past climbers to reflect on their fundraising or even talk through their experience of taking on Kili, and giving advice on kit and things like that. So throughout the year, there will be times when fundraising may feel a little bit difficult, but it's really important to remember that every pound you raise has a massive, massive impact. So it costs just £80 to paint a latrine block with talking walls with important hygiene messages at a school in Bomet County in Kenya. So we know that every single person who signs up to this challenge can smash their fundraising, but being able to see just what your fundraising will achieve definitely is a motivation as well throughout the year. So, as you have seen in this presentation, the landscapes on Kili are incredible, but this challenge is much more than just that. You can see kind of what it meant to Lewis, who was a climber with us last year. As you can imagine, you'll be pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone if you're kind of looking for a bucket list experience where you can experience a whole new landscape, then this is definitely for you. But physically and mentally, the climb will test you. But from the moment you sign up to the climb, you'll be surrounded by a team of people who want to see you succeed. So it is kind of the sort of experience that shape your future adventures as well. So over the years, we've supported over 2,000 fundraisers in reaching the summit of Kili, and we can't wait to welcome you to the team as well. So to finish off, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you for coming along this evening, and we're really excited to welcome you to the Dig Deep family. You can receive more information about the challenge, our challenge info pack, and just general information on our website. You can scan the QR code, and that also takes you through to where you can sign up for the challenge. But if you do have any questions, as I say, I'm going to stay on the call now, so please do pop your questions into the chat box if you have them, or if not, if you have something that you'd rather answer over email, you can also email it to support@digdeep. Hi Helen, as a couple we both work for Atkins, can we combine a fundraising page and share our fundraising? Yeah, that's absolutely fine. When you do, our registration process for the challenge will automatically set you up with a fundraising page, so it will produce two separate fundraising pages, but that's fine. You can go in and edit those and just change it to be Helen and your partner. There's no problem with that at all. And you can just edit the fundraising total that's on there, because there's like a little totalizer. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. Abby, why are your challenges only run in August? So August is the climbing season on Kilimanjaro. So we do try to fit it in with kind of summer holidays. So potentially it can fit in a bit easier. And also anyone who may be at university as well can then join the challenges as well. What percentage of people manage to achieve the fundraising target? I don't have a definite statistic off the top of my head. Obviously, people do leave the challenge for various reasons after they've signed up, but the deferral policy I mentioned earlier hopefully mitigates that as much as possible. So if someone does get partway through their fundraising and they realize it's maybe a little bit harder than they expected it to be, or it's going to take them a little bit longer, they can also use that deferral policy, so they can move their challenge to a later year and fundraise over a longer period of time. And we're fully equipped to support all different levels of fundraising. So we do have people who come in each year and they kind of like don't need any support. That's fine. And we have people who we have calls with every week as well. So it's just working out what level works for you and how you need us to apply our support. Charlie, how soon can we start fundraising after signing up? Are we provided with a donation page, or do we have to set up a Just Giving page ourselves? No, so Charlie, in our we use Enthuse, which is a platform similar to Just Giving. It's the new partner for London Marathon, if anyone had seen that, but we've been working with them for about 4 years now. So when you register, it will automatically set you up with a fundraising page. Again, similar to how a Just Giving page works, you'll have your own individual page with a target, and then all of your donations will come through on there. It will keep a track of everyone who's donating. People can add little comments, and so you can start fundraising immediately. That's absolutely fine. And like I say, you can book in for support calls with us as soon as you're ready to. Okay. Hi Harry, I've entered into races to raise money for a charity before. Can I do this to fundraise? Yeah, of course, you are absolutely more than welcome to take on other challenges to fundraise for Dig Deep. And also if you're doing the Kilimanjaro challenge, we've had people in the last few months run sort of the Manchester Marathon, Great North Run, Paris Marathon, all sorts. So yeah, you can always take on those challenges and then divert your funds to your Kilimanjaro target if you are wanting to fundraise in that way. Again, we have people who take on, we had one guy a few weekends ago take on a Tough Mudder to reach his target for this summer. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. And obviously a great way to get some training in for Kili as well, taking on a marathon. So yeah, Sam, that's absolutely fine. Okay, I think that's all the questions I have in the chat box at the moment. Let me copy that link again just into the box. So if you haven't filled out the form yet, please do fill out this form, and then I'll be able to email you the discount code, which is valid for 48 hours from this evening. Helen, how much training do you need to do beforehand? Like I say, with Kili, it is just as much a mental as it is physical challenge. We definitely recommend doing some sort of stamina training. So if you can do a back-to-back hike where you're camping in the middle, because I think that's what maybe surprises people when they're on the mountain, is actually if you haven't camped before, going and spending 4 nights in a tent can be really straining on you. So it's making sure you're equipped to do that. Also, getting your shoulders prepared, because you will be carrying a day pack. So you'll want to build up a bit of strength in your shoulders. And then we do also have a training plan that one of our past climbers, who is a personal trainer, put together. So we can also send that to you, so you can use that as well if you'd like. But it's definitely about doing back-to-back walking days. If you can find somewhere where it's got a bit of an incline as well. I live in Essex, which is potentially one of the flattest parts of the country, so it's very hard to get some training in around here. But we have teams who go out and do things like Snowdon or Yorkshire Three Peaks. Anything like that is obviously a great opportunity for training as well. Okay. Lovely. Last chance for questions then. If anyone has any pressing questions, please do pop them in the chat. Okay. Great. Lovely. So yeah, if you can fill out that form, that'll give you your 48-hour discount code. And then when you go through to actually register for the challenge, there is the option of joining a team. If you don't see a team there that's local to you at the moment, please do just select Dig Deep. Helen, there is an Atkins team set up as well, so you can go straight through and select that. But please do let us know if you have any other questions. If you email support@digdeep.org.uk, I'll pick up that email and can answer that for you. Or if you fancy having a chat in the next few days, I'm more than happy to make time for a phone call as well. But thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope to welcome lots of you to the team over the next few days. And yeah, hopefully get you to Killy next summer. So thank you and have a lovely evening.